Oh, crap.
Oh, okay, there we go. So this is going to be a first for us. So
This will be a first.
absolutely. So you can by all means do it. I ain't going to say it live because then that's
I'm
just
actually doing it differently this time.
okay.
Just so you know, I'm actually doing it a bit different. Set down your weapons, pull up a chair. The Meowster chef is cooking waffles.
Well, well. Okay. So I do have a chat little thing up on my screen. So fingers crossed, if anybody does talk in this session, we can answer some questions at the very least anyway. So, um, hey up, this is Edge from Edge Plays with Sryth with the hour. Um,
Yay.
and we figured we would do something a bit different for a change. So usually these podcasts, we record them. And generally the intention has always been to try and do these like once a month or whenever we want to. Um, and I've this year been experimenting with different mediums to try and learn a bit more in terms of how to make interesting content. Um, we figured we would do the podcast live for a change. And so if anybody had any questions or wanted to reach out and say, hey, what about this or that? We would go, sure, we can answer that question. So let us know below in the comments if you like this. If you don't like this, then I will cry in a corner and just go, well, back to the drawing board.
He works so hard on this, bless him.
I don't. I work as a hobby. So, right. So, obviously, just a bit of context and pretext into this. We both, I have at least anyway, we've watched a lot of the Summer Games Fest, the State of Play, the Xbox Showcase, and also
I will be
watched.
honest, I've watched none.
You've watched none. Okay, fair enough.
I've actually watched none of them. I've seen obviously bits through like various like social media platforms and stuff like that. But I've actually not watched any of the state of plays or anything like that.
Yeah. I watched it. We went on N7 Kate streams just to kind of get what was going on. But one of the games that obviously our channel is known for is playing Monster Hunter games. So obviously,
Did,
if
did,
you obviously playing Monster Hunter World a little bit back on the older videos to Rise and Sunbreak to base Wilds, me and Strife do enjoy on occasion hunting monsters and getting our asses kicked. Especially, my favorite one would have to be probably Valstrax, and like almost vaporizing us in Sunbreak because I'm like, oh my god, this thing is going to
I
kill us.
still got that video on my PlayStation, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was a Naga Cougar, and the Naga Cougar was fighting something else. It was in when we were playing World for a bit, and I remember trying to climb up those vines, and it just kept knocking me down.
Fun times. Your
No,
pain.
painful.
So, we're going to be focusing today a little bit on our thoughts and see if we can work out anything from the trailer for Ascendance.
The tear down.
A bit of a teardown, a little bit of thoughts, and maybe some theory crafting based on what they've shown us. Obviously, there's a load of games that I would love to talk about, and this is a hour. So, depending on how long this takes, we'll probably do an additional episode later on this month just to kind of go over a little bit of things like the games that I want to play, I'm looking forward to, and the thoughts of like I know Kate mentioned, oh, a lot of the games are coming out before a particular game in November, like all coming out September or the new year, what are my thoughts on that? So, anyways, you're going to have to tell me, Strife, when to stop the videos. Um, so obviously we'll play a little bit of the video and then we'll stop it. And yeah, any questions below, any theories, let us know on the bottom. I'd be really curious to see what we can work out.
Go for it.
If it's too loud, let me know as well. So the one thing I'm noticing is a lot of verticality, which is interesting. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
that's quite like stupid me saying that. All right, one thing I'm going to pause on is I'm going to go back a little bit. Is obviously if you notice the new hairstyles.
Yeah, I did notice the new hairstyles, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
I
good.
not gonna lie, I do, and I kind of want that one just for my character because I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, no, I must admit, she does look really good with that hairstyle, and I don't know, it is going to be one of those ones that I am kind of like set with how my character looks, but we'll have to wait and see what happens when it comes out.
'Cause-
But you and I both know that a lot of the hairstyles, voice packs, and stuff like that, they usually all pay DLC.
Yeah, I'm expecting it. Well, I'm expecting it to either be like you can get the hairs as part of a special edition, like if you pre-order, or yeah, it's probably going to be some microtransactions to get those particular hairs. Or it could even be rewards. That's fine with that, or just additional things. I'd be fine with that. But I
Mm.
mean, we'll see what happens. Um, I've noticed that they've all got new hairstyles. She's got. I mean, that just looks
Yeah,
better. Even Eric has a new hairstyle, I think.
yeah, I think he does. I must admit though, it does look phenomenal.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm liking this monster here, by the way, with its little clipping thing, and fighting a squadron. I don't recognize it unless you've played this one before.
no, this one is a brand new monster. Now, it looks like a cross, a bit between a bit of a Valstrax and then something like a normal bird wyvern, especially that looks sort of uniformed death from above approach. But it is one of those ones that I'm definitely looking forward to fighting that one.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by it because as well, if you watch, he's going around fighting, and then suddenly, bam, it's going in a squadron, like just dive
Yeah,
bombing you.
exactly.
So I'm wondering if it's like a big one, like a leader, like like Toshiguma, like the ground-based
Yeah,
like bear things, and they have like a pride of them. Do we have like a squadron, like you've got to fight the big, like the main leader, and then the rest will scatter, kind of thing. That could be,
potentially.
and I like it in the background as well with a mouse. If you can see this a little bit, you've got these like ancient ruins, Wyverian ruins, floating in the sky. So
Yeah, I must admit, there's going to be so much stuff to explore. And I know we were talking about it earlier when we were supposed to be working. Um, but
we
it's
were
like I'm
working.
looking at,
We were on
yeah, true.
break.
Yeah, true. It's like I'm looking at those and I'm seeing like we're potentially going to be able to explore those ruins. It's not just going to be they're there as like the skybox. I reckon you're going to actually be able to explore it as well.
I think that, and this is like a fanboy like chaos theory. Looking at the architecture of those ruins, I would not be surprised if we get a Malzeno or primordial Malzeno in here
I
somewhere.
don't know. Again, I did really enjoy him as a fight, especially Primordial. Primordial was ace.
Primordial kicked our ass. It was terrifying. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, if you're looking as well, like it looks like we've got little like platforms to explore and like air currents. So I'm assuming we're gliding around everywhere.
Yeah, and do you know
Oh,
what? Actually, I do really like that because I saw that the what was it? Well, we found out that you could obviously properly glide with the set crit. So to actually have that as a mechanic which actually is being used now is a real good move from them because it's actually bringing more emphasis on using your set crit for to traverse.
yeah. Now this bit here is interesting in terms of you said it was called the boost.
The the boost bracer.
Yeah, I'm getting very heavy Devil May Cry vibes with that one, like with like
It
Nero,
looks
vroom vroom kind of thing.
like I'm not being funny. If I can literally shield up and then just jet propulsion myself holding my lance out, that would be phenomenal.
I mean, we're looking at this. He revs up his thing, and then it's like kind of a. I don't know if it's like a faster attack, is it, or just.
For a great sword, because that's what he's using in that scene. For a great sword, that is much quicker on the attack pattern.
It looks like, yeah, you're boosting the acceleration of your attack.
Yep. I reckon it's gonna be. I mean, I never really used the clutch claw that much, so I never really got into it in World with that because obviously I stopped before Iceborne came out.
Yeah.
So in relation to that and to have that as a mechanic, I reckon that's going to be a really good one.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when we played, so anyone who's played previous Monster Hunter games in the past, they usually add some kind of new gimmick or mechanic for like the master rank. So with World into Iceborne, we got the catch claw, wasn't it? The catcher claw,
Yeah,
and then you can attach yourself to monsters.
clutch claw.
Clutch claw. There we go. Yes. In Sunbreak, what was Sunbreak? I'm trying to remember that one now. We got different commands, wasn't it, or something like that? Different
We got
skill
additional
scrolls.
wire
Yes.
bug techniques, and then you the skill scrolls where you could actively switch between two sets of skills.
Yes. Which I never really used that much. I really should have.
No, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm the type of person that I will make a build that will work,
mm,
and then it's a case of I don't want to be chopping and changing all the damn time.
yeah,
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I know it's intended to be played that way, where you go through, you match the weaknesses and all this that, and the other. But I will always be that person who will try and brute force it first.
absolutely. Um, I suppose I'm gonna. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird using this boost. You see, it was called the boost claw, was it? No, the boost brace, was it?
Goose Bracer, yeah, it was on
Boost.
their X account, X/Twitter account.
Uh, I mean, I looking at the running and gunning ability. That's pretty cool. And looking at the great sword attacking even faster. That's really good when it comes to enemies, especially if they're dodging a lot or they're going to counterattack you. So getting that quick hit in is going to be
Mm.
quite nice. But I suppose we'll have to wait for a future video to see how it works with other weapons. Like
I
I'm curious
think
by bows.
I think at the moment in the trailer it's got. I don't know if that's the light or the heavy bow gun that it's using. I'm gonna say it's probably the heavy
Yeah.
because to strafe and shoot, the light bow gun can pretty much already do that. I know it's quicker, but I'd like to think that that's the heavy bow gun in the trailer.
Mm.
Um, we see the gun lance and we see the great sword. I don't know. Do we see any others? I can't remember now.
We saw lance or a form of lance. We saw the great sword. We saw a bow gun of some description, I believe. Um, I mean, for me, the bow is going to be interesting to see how that one works. Hunting horn as
I
well.
reckon. I reckon the bow is going to be a little bit like the wire bug art
Yeah,
in Rise, where you sort of the wire bug, you literally you grappled yourself, pulled yourself up, launched a couple of arrows straight down, and done basically a backflip back.
yeah.
I reckon the boost brace is going to do something similar to that. A lot of mobility with it, I reckon.
Mm. By the way, the reason why I've paused it on this point is the next thing we'll talk about in a second, which is about the Elder Dragons.
Ah, yeah.
Um, yeah, so a lot of verticality in terms of the new locale being a Sky Island series. Obviously, some of the cutscenes and some of the trailers showing us back on the normal areas, the familiar areas, um, like the desert area where we've got Kusla here. Um, Obviously, Elder Dragons have come back now with this one in front of us, Kusla. I don't
Mm.
know how I feel about people might comment saying like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Um, but I've had a bit of, I suppose, over stimulation of the same Elder Dragons every time. I'm trying to remember how many there actually are in the franchise, but I assume there's more than three. in terms
Yeah.
of Clodora, Teostra, and whichever one they pick, like Emilios or Valhazak. I would expect there to be at least a couple of different, for the love of God, Elder Dragons. And don't get me wrong, like it's great to have some staples. It's great to have some favorites. I don't hate the armor set, by the way, from Clodora. And I do get annoyed it is air barrier that prevents me from doing damage until I break that barrier. Um, but I was kind of hoping for some different Elder Dragons, maybe, or
I mean,
maybe
we do know of two Elder Dragons that are going to be coming in this update.
which we will get to when we get through the video, because I'm pretty sure I know which one you're referring to for the second one.
So this is one of them. But as far as it goes, there is quite a lot of actual Elder Dragons. I know
Yeah,
we were saying Kirin, and I reckon Kirin would be a good shout in the verticality of that area.
I would agree. Um, so obviously we know Elder Dragons are going to come back, which is a great thing. It depends on obviously they're showing it this early. Does that mean that they're going to be like early on threats and not like the big threats? Because obviously in the master rank of like Sunbreak and in Iceborne, we got to see who the Elder Dragons were. So we got Volcana in that one, and then obviously
Mm,
Malzeno in this one. So I'm curious to see which one is going to be the poster boy slash girl for this one, because obviously usually that's like the secondary target, and then you get your final one at the end. So the fact that
yeah.
it's showing Clodora, is that going to be an early one that maybe leads us up into the sky area, chasing after the Elder Dragons, or is it something?
Do you know what? Actually, I reckon that's a good shout. I reckon you think with how far we're in at the moment, with how powerful we kind of are, I reckon an Elder Dragon fight, which will repel it, and then we'll be charged to follow where it went, and we'll track it up to this new area. Seems like it could be a good shout.
Like there'll need to be something that will guide you up. Like they're showing obviously natural disasters with wind and storms, and there's only so many that I'm aware of that do that. So bringing back Crocodora for wind is interesting. And Kirin, if that's one, because we theorize that Kirin might come back because it's lightning based, so thunderstorms,
Yeah,
which would be,
I'd love for Kieran to come back.
or even Black Kirin. Um, and then obviously with that, if Kirin came back, that would instigate another fan favorite, Rajang, because
Yep.
it eats Kirin horns. And
I
also,
definitely think Rajang should be coming back because I want an ultimate showdown of the primates.
where you've got Kongongala, you've got obviously the
You you got
Arakajan,
you got you got Kongalala or whatever it is, Blangonga. You've got
Arakajan.
a Jarakan, and then Rajang.
Yeah, you've got the four big
You,
monkeys
you,
you can
you
get
then
out.
have fire, ice, lightning, and poop.
So that would be quite a cool one. Unicorn. Hi, Harvey. Yes, Unicorn. I say Unicorn Gundam then for some reason. Do you know what? It'd kind of be cool having a Gundam Kirin. That would be kind of fun. Um, so, yeah, theoretically, with Kutadora, there's for my in my head the fear would be what would affect the weather, because obviously if I play a bit further, we're seeing lots of bad weather. He's doing wind, and then we're seeing all this up around here. Like if we just stop it on
Yeah,
here, we've got that big tower over here, which there'll be something in there. We've got
I'm
ruins.
thinking in there is going to be the Shogu Magala.
Could be. Rajang might come back. Who knows? I agree, Harvey. We just said this before. It makes sense for the wow factor. If he doesn't come back straight away, he's probably going to come back as some kind of, how they do like seasonal content, like patch one point,
Yeah,
like 1.0 or point that kind of thing. Where they release new monsters like they did with Omega, Gosmazios, that kind of thing. If they don't have him in the base game, they'll definitely probably have him for that kind of end game afterwards, which would make sense with how cool he is. So yeah, I'm looking over here on the right hand side. that kind of gaping hole with smoke coming out. So I don't know if
Yeah.
there's like another like that if that could be another territory in there, for example, like a kind of a misty kind of ruin effect. You've got this nice kind of white towering peaks in the middle, and then you've got water, and then you've got maybe a bit more of a natural area on the left. So it's hard to
Mm.
tell whether we're overreading it or it's going to give us like two or three. I would hope it's at least two to three, four, even four areas that
I'm
can be kind.
hoping one of them will be ice, and yeah, obviously, with what Harvey was saying, so yeah, Lao Shenlong is making a comeback as well.
Yeah, we were going to wait. We're not going to spoil that too quickly. They have. But thank you for mentioning that one. I'm hoping this trailer is going to show off a bit more because we've got a good 40 seconds at least, I think, of this. So I'm hoping it's going to show some more of the monsters. So is it? So then we see this guy over here.
So that's Lao Shenlong.
Yep. So there must be another trailer because there were other monsters that were shown, weren't they? Oh, maybe I've already gone past it. Like, because we got Guardian Rathalos. Oh, okay, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah,
So
some of them. It was during the boost bracer part where it showed it off.
yes, we'll go back to Lausha in a second. So one thing we can confirm here is I'm pretty sure that that is a Guardian Anjanath or Fulgur Anjanath.
Yes,
So he's
Guardian Fulgur.
and
But then
then
again, go back a little bit. Is that a Guardian version?
I mean yes, his face,
Yeah, it's got all the white bits on it. That's Guardian.
and then we've got Guardian.
Ebony Odogoron.
Yeah, that's so that means we've got master rank versions of those. Another theory that I have with these is that we'll probably get variants of the existing monsters. Because if you look back at some of the other games, when we had like Nagakuga, for example, we got Silverwind Nagakuga in, I think it was Silverwind at the very least, or Luna Nagakuga in the
Silverwing, yeah.
Master Rank version.
Yep.
We got
I remember farming that thing.
in World we had Odogaron, the red version, and then we got the Ebony one in the Master Rank. So my assumption would be we may get actual versions of these creatures. So we might get a standard Odogaron, or we might get another version of Anjanath potentially. Because you've got the models, you've got the variants, you could make something new. I mean, the other thing is we've just seen a Guardian Rathalos in this, so we're probably going to get pink Rathian, blue Azure Rathalos, or we might get gold and silver again. There's usually the staples of those games. I would say it would be
Yeah.
interesting.
It's going to be either gold and silver or pink and azure, or as we were mentioning earlier, possibly both. But I reckon it'll be pink and azure that will come out first.
Absolutely. Master Rank is going to definitely be crazy. I definitely agree with that one, Harvey. This one I haven't actually fought before, so you're going to have to tell me if I just release a second and just, pause it there. So you call it Lao Shen. The hell is this?
Lao Shen, he's a big boy. I think I've only ever fought him in Generations, but he was a siege fight and he was a big boy. Think I tell you what. Think the siege fight for what was the Walking Mountain guy in World? The one you started.
Zora Magdalos, is it?
Yeah, think like that, where it's just slowly walking down, and you have to kill it.
I mean, this just feels smaller than that, though.
Oh no, he's huge. He a big boy.
I mean, this is a baby one. I have no idea. Is that his whole body? Is it just his neck or something?
That's just his neck. He's walking on all fours there.
What he said. Oh, okay.
He's walking on all fours. He's walking on all fours, but he can stand up like Godzilla.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, is it a cool armor set?
I can't remember. It's been many a year since I played that.
So I'm seeing 4 hunters. Zor Magdalos, yes. Awesome. I mean, I remember that fight. It was a pain in my ass. Just like they operate like the commanders shouting at your head all the time to do this and do that. I'm like, just let me do my job. I'm trying to look at the armors. I can't tell anything too new.
No, I
Um,
can't see much from those armors, to be fair.
the
I
ont
think they're keeping a lot of it quite close to the chest because they know there's nerds like us who will literally just analyze every single piece.
True. I mean, the gunner hat looks unique. I don't recognize the hat. And there's something on the back of the Hunter on the far right. So I'm
Mm,
intrigued to see what those armor sets are. If anybody knows if there are any theories as to what those armor sets are, what they could be for the monsters, especially the great sword that guy is holding, let us know. Um, that makes sense though. That misty area. If we go back, where was it? Right here. I'm wondering if he's in there, in the far right hand side.
potentially. But the thing is, we'll end up going up there and we will set up another base of operation up there.
Yeah. Now then, now we mean we've. I think we've got a little bit of theory craft now. Honestly, I can't think of anything else too much there. Um, Thoughts? Are you excited for it at the moment? And I'm saying that with the most
I'm
cautious.
I'm very tentative with it at the moment, just because in his in historic games, the master rank is what's completed the game. But we know how games have been recently, so I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. So I am also I'm cautious about it. For anybody watching at the moment, we are not bad mouthing the game. We're not bad mouthing what's coming out. We do love Monster Hunter, and I'm sure we will
I'm
enjoy this when it comes out.
excited for it.
That being said, obviously with the base version of Wilds, we as a pair have got had ups and downs with it. Oh, I'm really glad you're super excited for it, mate. Have we will get excited, but I think we need a bit more before we both get super. We're going to play it irrespective. I'm pretty sure we are. So we're saying this is a kind of a
100%. I will play it regardless of it's dubbed the worst game of the year. I will still play it because I've played pretty much every other Monster Hunter game that has ever been released,
yeah.
minus the story ones. But I have played every single one of the actual mainstream games.
And you know that we're going to stream it. We're going to be recording and showing our initial hunts on that thing. Oh God, the amount of
Hmm.
streaming and that. Well, do you know what? I'll probably just all the stream it at that time, at that point, and just go, screw it. We're not going to record this. Um, but the
The thing is,
reason
you can always go back onto your live stream and then just pick out your highlights as well.
that is true. The reason why I personally am a little bit cautious about this is so we're a
The
bit of
2027.
yeah, so a bit of context. If you've looked back over the last couple of Monster Hunter games, when they've released, and I haven't got anything in front of me at the moment, but when they've released the Master Rank or the expansion, as it were, so Iceborne for World, Sunbreak for Rise, there's not been it's been some time, but it's been usually between a year to a year and a half, say for example. So
Mm.
not massively long, but during that period, usually obviously, people complete the base game quite quick. They try and have a little bit of content there to keep people invested until Master Rank comes out. Now, it was probably a bad sign for us when me and Sryth completed the story, including high rank, within 48 hours of the game coming out.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
we were in the top 1% of people to get to Hunter rank 100 as well.
yes, I got to Master Rank 100 in little under 48 hours from when the game came out. Um, and we were just invested in it. We were really having a good time with it, and we were hoping there was a lot of things to do and farm and grind. Um, but my concern
What was
is
there in? What was there in? Because we know there was the what was it called in Iceborne? Again, I never did it. Was it Guiding Lands?
yes, the Guiding Lands was
So
the
you had the Guiding Lands in Iceborne. Did we have anything like that? We didn't have anything like end game stuff like that in. Um,
No, it was
Sunbreak, did we?
it was a regular challenge maps in the arena. So the idea was like they're kind of like battle arena for like gold Rathalos, oh Garathian, sorry, and silver Rathalos, and the Nagakuga variant, and Primordials Malzeno. So they had like loads of different big boss fights that you'd have to rank up to get to, and they were quite
Yeah.
hard. And then you'd build your gear, and then they had the mechanic of fusing and upgrading like your armor and skills and that kind of stuff. So had some kind of end game stuff, um, but nothing like Guiding Lands. Guiding Lands was a weird one because that was how you got your layered armor. So you would build up the areas to have a particular monster or build that biome to encourage that monster to show up more regularly. And once you killed it
See,
enough
now that
times,
seems like something entertaining to do, something to actually keep you occupied, something to actually grind for. Whereas at the moment, like in Wilds, there's just, well, I mean, we haven't been on it in months. There's just nothing really to do.
yes. So going back to the point, so I mean, obviously their last big update was spring. So between January to March, I think it was pretty much, and they were doing like new events, new little armor sets you could collect and unlock. So there's lots of little things like kind of like a nice hurrah. I'm thinking, okay, this is great, and it's gone silent. And we're now currently in June and the game's coming out in 2027. This expansion hasn't said when
Hmm.
in 2027. In theory, my guess would be in the first 3 to 4 months of 2027 because they've shown this. However,
Yeah.
if that were the case, that would mean that we will have been waiting a little over 2 years since the base game has come out before we get this content. And and I apologize now in advance if I am uh, bitching, as it were. That's not good because, like, well, I mean, does that mean we're going to get any kind of fun little things to keep us going to prepare for it? Like, are we going to get any kind of fun little maybe mini missions that will set up the story for this coming? Like, I would hope there'd be something coming along.
You
Um,
would hope so, but I'm not optimistic of that at the moment. I mean, if content for it does come out, I will go back to it, but at the moment, it's just been nothing.
yeah, and maybe September have. Do you know what have? If it came out in September of next year, that would be over 2.5 years, and I would expect them at that point. And I don't I say it's badly, and I mean I do it like that. I
I'd
would
expect it to be bloody phenomenal.
I'd expect it to be full of content, chock of block full of content. So like loads of new monsters, like tons of things you can do in it. I mean, obviously, Iceborne had a lot of stuff you could do in it. Sunbreak had tons of stuff you could do in it. It changed the game completely. So I would hope with this amount of time they've got, that would be the similar pretense. The reason why I'm nervous is because obviously the game itself has been we got through stuff very quick. There's only a couple of things left that we haven't done, like the proof of a hero one, which is like fighting all of the apex monsters in the arena at the
We
time.
got bloody close.
Yeah, we got really close, and
We
I
got bloody close to doing that. We literally had what's his name? Arkveld. We killed them all. We had Arkveld down to Scold health, but then we just timed out,
yeah,
and
and
that
I
was
mean,
that was just as a duo.
and again, like we were I changed weapons at that point to try and do it better, and being able to block and having to remember not to be shooting all the time was quite good. And obviously, we haven't done Savage Omega. We've come close-ish, but again, it's that sort of, it we can
Some of these just feel like they're hard for the sake of being hard. They're not a challenge. They're just,
um
yeah,
yeah.
screw it. We're just gonna make it hard.
I mean, they are fun fights in the sense of working out a strategy, but at the same token, we're not like a lot of the more I say hardcore Monster Hunter players. We enjoy the hunts, we enjoy doing the content, but there's nothing for us currently in it. So we will go back to Wilds, but I'm just a bit cautious with how long we're gonna have to wait until it comes out, what's to do during then. So I would hope they've got some kind of plan in place to keep people invested. Otherwise, it's just, well, no one's going to play. everyone's just going to wait now until it comes out. And I would, that kind of rubs me the wrong way, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing that right. Um,
No, I get it. Because if they're just going to leave it as in essence, a dead game until the content comes out, you're going to have people that will not play the expansion just out of spite.
I don't know about that. I think if it looks fun and it's interesting, they probably will play. But again, I think the other thing is there was a lot of controversy. Well, I say controversy. There was a lot of issues with it, the performance. So I played it on my old
Yeah.
PC, which I've been using, and that was hard enough to record anything. And then obviously that's working now much better on the new PC.
Well,
Um,
that's the thing. I had to do all the recording in the
initial.
originally, and that's over to you. Yeah.
And the other situation is obviously we've had people who have been fixing the performance themselves via modders. There's been a lot of kind of lost. I say a lot of lost good faith in that, and so obviously there's a lot to get right. So, for example, there's performance issues. Is it going to be all right on the night when it comes to on PC, Steam, PlayStation? Obviously, if they're going on Switch 2, anything like that, Xbox, all that kind of jazz, are they going to be able to run it properly? Especially with
See,
all the new
that's the
stuff.
thing. Even when the Steam machine comes out, I will still be getting it for PlayStation because
Yeah.
I refuse to start from the beginning and do all that grinding again to get ready for it.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it probably wouldn't have to worry about that because, like in Iceborne, they gave you like a basic high rank armor set or a master rank set that
Mm,
was decent compared to everything else. The only difference would be is you'd be going back for the older stuff, probably if you wanted certain glams and stuff. But again, that's easy as pie to do. So
yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
say that, but I mean, some of them I've got the kit that I'm using at the moment. I've only been able to get on some of the events, so it's then I'd have to potentially wait for a year for that to come out. Nah, I'll just stick to that one on PlayStation.
yeah. Harvey's saying we've got this weird thing in the way at the moment. PC. Yeah, PC optimization is a tricky piece to work with. You're completely right, Harv, because again, everyone's got different PC builds, different like drivers. It's already going to be a minefield to work
Mm,
through. And it's not as bad as it was, like say with say Cyberpunk 2077 when that first came out. So I have to kind of remember that when it comes to, and I can still play it and I was still enjoying it on PC. Um, but obviously now that I've got the new PC for doing this kind of stuff, it has been kind of fun to get back into this. Um, yeah, I'm cautious because obviously I really want to. I mean, when we were really excited about Wilds when they were showing off, oh my God, it's gonna be open world, it's gonna be really cool, things to do, and
it was really cool, but it just lost its charm very quick.
yeah, and I think there is nothing wrong with anybody being super excited. So we're just yeah, Harvard can with the GameCube either. Um, it might sound like at the moment in this podcast we are literally bad mouthing or we're shitting on the game. We're not. We think obviously it's probably going to be a really good game, and I think there's no harm in ever being a little bit cautious. Um,
Yeah, my gripe is they've done some really good things in previous Monster Hunter games.
yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go out and say Rise and Sunbreak and how they did the event quest system, fantastic. And yet they reverted back to the old cycling the event quest way for the newer game. It just makes no sense. The whole point of where you logged in, you had every event quest as long as you had been in when it went live, and then you could access it whenever you wanted.
it's definitely going to be seeing what the feedback is. Like obviously Capcom themselves have been on fire recently with Resident Evil Requiem, with Monster Stories 3, because I did enjoy that. Bar the odd crashing of the game, I was enjoying it. I've definitely enjoyed and completed it. Um, Obviously, they've done Sugar. They've got Code Veronica coming out soon. Resident Evil 4 remake, Resident Evil 2 remake. So they are question: how would what you compare Wilds to Monster Generations Triple X on the Switch? That's one for you, I think, 'cause I didn't play Generations Double X on the Switch.
It was Generations Ultimate, weren't it? Um,
So
do
the
you know what?
question,
I really enjoy. It was Double X, but it's basically it was Generations Ultimate, I believe. I really enjoyed the game. It was the proper old style Monster Hunter that I grew up with and that I really enjoyed. But
hmm,
to be able to play it on the Switch, and it was honestly, it was brilliant because you had all of the monsters basically. You went through, and it was generations. So it was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go to this village now. Oh, this is from the first game. Go to this village now. Oh, this is from the second game. And it was revisiting everywhere. It was really, really good.
so would you compare that well then with compared to Wild? Then was that you'd say that into just a different ball game there, or just kind of
I
similar?
think I think they're two completely different games.
Yeah,
So reason being is when World came out, it changed how Monster Hunter worked. It's still Monster Hunter, but it's not. I don't run through and then obviously have to load into each zone. I don't have to do a little flex every time I drink a potion. It was those little quirks that made Monster Hunter what it is. Not saying that the new ones have like ruined the franchise. They're just not the same game that it used to be. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's not a great thing either, if that makes sense.
yeah, no, absolutely. Um, no, thanks for the question there, Harvey. Um, so yeah, the reason why I've just moved it over to the end of the trailer is just because one, um, we've got the expansion for 2027. It doesn't give us a date yet, but
I
also
am quite optimistic though, where the fact that it says a massive expansion.
yeah. So I am hoping that we're going to get some decent content there with that. So just to reiterate from the beginning, if anyone's just joined us, we looked at obviously the trailer through. Um, I would say almost a given that it's going to be hilarious. Whatever's going to happen. Um, yeah. Is there any? I mean, obviously, do you have any thoughts about the expansion on this point? Because we've been talking about it for about, oh Lord, how many minutes?
45 minutes.
This
um,
this podcast hour has gone quite well.
yeah, honestly, if I could pick one monster for them to bring back, I want Gammoth
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but a mammoth is quite a heavy
or the
land
pickle.
land-based. The mammoth is a very land-based heavy creature, and I don't
I
want.
know, but
I don't.
in
No,
the
no, no,
past
no,
few
no.
days,
Hold on. I don't want to be that guy. But if we just have a look at this kind of locale, if I just kind of let me see. Yeah, around here. Okay, you might notice we have some floating debris. I have never seen a gamma fly, and I don't mean Dumbo from like the Disney movies.
it
Uh,
could have been taken as a baby by a Rathalos, and it's had to survive up there.
I mean, anything is possible. Could even be
I
guardian
know
gammas.
I know I'm clutching at straws here, but still.
I don't want to be that guy because when you said to me it could have been taken, bitch, I have no idea what's going to pick up a gammoth and fly up here with it. It'd be
A
bloody big.
baby gamma.
I think they're still pretty big. Um,
Yeah.
okay,
Maybe they both carried it like a European swallow.
a European swallow. I'm getting some very weird images now in my head. Okay, if we're playing that game, if I could have any monster,
I did say that as well, like what Harvey said. Valstrax coming back would be good.
yes, Valstrax be coming back. I mean, it's almost a given. If he doesn't come back in
I
this,
want my F-22 Raptor coming back.
oh my God, can you imagine Valstrax literally just showing up in this? It's almost perfect. If you look at the sky, it's Oh, what's that in the distance? Oh shit!
And then you just see on your screen bloody Valstrike's dive bomb assault. It's like, oh crap.
If the theory of because Elder Dragon's coming back now, if we get the Rajang, it's almost a given we have to get Kirin because Kirin is just
Yeah.
it would make sense here a little bit, and also weather warping with its lightning storms. I mean, if I could have one to come back, and I mean I love Nagakuga, I would say that one, but I would probably say um, either base or the Garon, which we've already got the normal one, so we're already the point of that.
Mm.
Or I would probably say, and you're going to say, what? Malzeno. Just because if you look at the architecture here, I would think it'd be really cool to have a dragon mech and
Yeah.
teleport and suck the blood out of your soul. Um,
Yeah.
just, it would just make sense. And it can fly, you know. That would be also cool.
My argument is that we've had every other of the Fated Four come back, except Gammoth.
What? Oh, you mean because we had Sonoga, didn't we? Wait, do we have Sonoga in this one?
No, the Fated Four is. Oh, this is where I'm gonna go wrong now. I think it's Dread. It's Dread King Rathalos.
Has he shown up
Uh,
in the last one? He hasn't, has he?
no, but we have Rathalos.
Okay. Yeah.
The Fated Four is Dread King Rathalos, Soulfire Mizuzune.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other names, but it's there's Astalos and Gammoth. They're your Fated Four.
Gammoth could
But
come back, as you mentioned, because
in the past games, we have had them all. We've had them all in there. We've had Mizuzune, who again, arguably my favorite monster in the whole series.
yeah,
We've had him back twice now. Rathalos is obviously a given. We had Astalos in Sunbreak. Was it
yeah,
Sunbreak or was he got Space
yeah.
Rise? Was he?
It was in Sunbreak, yeah.
And then we just haven't had Gammoth.
I swear to God, if we get Gammoth, he'll be literally on the ground. He's just going to be like, look, going, can I come up there? No, you can't come up here. I mean, the thing is, we do usually get monsters showing up in the older zones as well. So we don't know. We might get a Gammoth. We might even get a Guardian Gammoth, which would be fun. I still think we'll get Fatalis at some point.
Harvey has just said, and I feel like I can answer this for you. Would you rather be surprised by a Basil Goose carpet bomb or a Valstrike's dive bomb? And I feel like for you, just because I know what you're like, you want Basil back.
I do want Basil back because when I played with Ensign and Kate back in World, I got my phone with the theme playing through my headset, and it would literally freak her out, and she'd be like, "Where is it? Where is it?" And then playing Wolf, and then it just showed up and like just body slammed everybody. I have a soft spot for Basil because he's an absolute dick. I mean, we could have both. We could definitely have both Basil and a Valstrax, or like Basil tracks. A
No,
jet
stop combining monsters.
bomber would be really fun. To say who wants a jet bomber? Goes really fast, explodes, and then drops some bombs afterwards. Just to make sure he finishes the job.
Stop combining monsters.
Hell, having a Rajang that can fly would be also pretty cool too.
No, absolutely not.
Just using his beam breath to fly into the air. That's how he gets onto the sky area.
If you get that, I'll play Gammoth Dumbo.
Gammoth Dumbo. I love it. Absolutely. Right. So this is the podcast hour. I'm not going to say the W word because again, this is the theme of me not giving Sryth what he wants. I'm glad that obviously you've joined us today. We did want to talk about some other games that were coming out as well, because obviously, if I just minimize that a second and move to this one.
Honorable mention. Yes.
Spyro.
I want to play so bad.
So, we didn't need to go back, didn't it? So we are also getting Spyro the dragon. um, which is it's also the original one, I think. The one because obviously they did a few versions of
Is it going to
Spider.
be the original voice actor? Do you know
Oh God,
from the thing?
I
Is he
have
still alive? He
I have
must be. I know, because the original voice actor came back for the Reignited trilogy.
yeah. I mean, it looks like to be a new game, which is interesting. Um,
It is. This would technically be the next one in the main sort of franchise.
he looks a bit older in some cases too.
Well, yeah, he can fly now by the looks of it.
His wings are bigger.
In the base game, you could never fly. You could only glide. It looks so good. I want to play it. And I know the little lad will want to play it as well.
I mean, I'll definitely be playing it. More than likely.
100% I'll be playing that.
Like, it's... Let's see, does it give a release date, roughly?
I think it's still 27, isn't it?
So, yeah, we've got spring 27. So, I put this at the end of the podcast because I know Sryth mentioned this in our break, going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," like a fangirl. I'm not a kid. We both have Spyro.
Let me fangirl.
Our intention was we were going to do a lot about the Monster Hunter trailer with our breakdown, and then obviously because I've seen some of the other Summer Game Fest, the Xbox showcase, State of Play, and just watched the Switch Nintendo Direct as well. We were going to do a little bit talking about that, but obviously we do just for an hour because if we do it for too long, we find that people drop off, and it's it's not very engaging. So we're hoping that if people want to watch that, so our thoughts of those, um, let us know whether in comments or on in any of our next videos, and especially if you have any games that you want us to see, or you think, you know what, have you seen this game, Edge, Sryth? Do you want to talk about these? Yeah, sure. Um, Also, let us know if you enjoyed this live version of the podcast, and if you want to see more of this. This is the first time we've done this, and I figured at least anyway, that if we did it as a interactive one, you could ask your questions, and you can kind of get our kind of thoughts on the spot. So if you want to see more of this, let us know in the bottom, or even right now, and we might do these more often. If you think no, this is boring, we'll go back to the standardized, just pre-recorded podcast episodes. Um, but yeah, I think I kind of enjoyed doing that today. Tomorrow, I'm hoping Strife is free. We will be doing another podcast episode of 007. No, not podcast episode. Trophy. I don't know what that means. Harv, if you mean yes, do it for definite. So we'll be doing another 007 playthrough where we left off. I did practice a little bit on the side missions just to kind of get some practice, and there's a couple of things it doesn't teach you in the main story, so I might practice a bit more before then and get some better. But to be honest, I'm like, you don't need to.
Don't embarrass yourself in tomorrow's stream.
Oh, I don't get.
N7K is just saying sorry. Sorry that she's late. She didn't get home until 6:15, and then she had dinner. She thought we were starting at 7.
Yeah, sorry, Kate. The reason why we started a little bit earlier is obviously with the weather's being so nice. Sryth will be going for a nice walk with the family in a few moments, and obviously I didn't want to kind of keep him for that. I did want to start at 7, but I apologize obviously because you're finishing work. But thank you for joining. Hope it's a good podcast. Well, we'll let you know. I think it went well. Rewatch when this live video finishes, Kate. Have a watch back at the beginning, and tell us what you think. We had a moment where we decided that Gammoth apparently could be picked up like a hawk, like a baby Gammoth was picked up by like a chicken hawk or something, and flown up to the new location, which
canon now.
It's canon now. So if anyone wants to do a nature documentary, on that one. We were just
Someone
saying,
hire David Attenborough.
we were just saying, Kate, that we keep these to an hour. Because we've talked about the trailer for 50 minutes, and we did a little bit about Spyro. We didn't get a chance to talk about the rest of the showcases we saw. So we're hopefully going to do another podcast in the next week or so, because obviously we've got busy lives and you've got busy lives as well. Just to kind of have a kind of a thought on what we saw for that. I did watch the yes, I did just before this podcast. I did watch the Nintendo Direct, and I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm I'm still not buying a Switch 2. I can't. I can't. I'm crying. I'm crying on the inside. Yes, that was one point I wanted to make. We did make the comment that there are a lot of games, I think double figure, double digit coming out in September, and I find it really really funny because it's like, yeah, you're going to get a lot of people buying this particular game in November. I'm not, but not everyone is going to be buying that game and then not playing something else. I guarantee you, if they're buying Grand Theft Auto 6, that's the only game they're going to be buying. Um, you know, if people can play other games. Other games do exist. You're going to make a video called "You Hate GTA 6." I'm pretty sure, Kate, if you did that, it's going to be like I would get the popcorn. I would get the popcorn because it's going to be how you'll watch it. Yeah, no, true. It is overhyped, I would say. It feels like I mean, I said in the beginning of the podcast, I'm very worried if like it didn't do well. Everyone loses their games and like it's just a quiet couple of months until January. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, obviously, thank you for joining. Again, this has been kind of a different speak because obviously the custom background, as I mentioned at the beginning, is a photo I took from Japan and has kind of modified it to look cartoony.
I was about to say, what in Japan is it actually anime over there?
The world is anime. The world is in Ghibli. The world looks like Ghibli in Japan. Kate can actually confirm that. You just walk around, everything's at Ghibli like. Prefer for an enraged Kate. I am not interested in GTA 6 at all. It's overhyped. Um, do you know what? If you want to come on the next podcast, Kate, and have a chat about GTA 6, we would do that 100%.
I'll back her up.
Yeah, no, I'll I'll just sit in the corner eating popcorn as the both of you just rant about it. I couldn't care less about the game coming out, not because I don't want to play it. It's just like just it's another game. But I get if people are looking forward to it, that's down to them, isn't it? I have no idea how much it's going to cost. I don't know. It's only PlayStation only anyway. So for Nintendo players, you could literally just keep releasing games anyway, couldn't you? Looks familiar. I recognize it. The Studio Ghibli Museum was so good. Yes, for those interested, N7 Kate led us around Japan a few years back as a really awesome guide. This was, I believe, a temple near a bamboo forest when we went to these monkey mountains. We fed some monkeys some apple and fruits, then went down to some little temples
It's not a nice
down.
way to speak about Dante.
I don't know, yeah. And then we went to this bamboo forest, and out the other side was this kind of cool temple. And I took a picture, and I want to put it out on a canvas at some point. So I figured, you know what, I need a cool background for these kind of videos. So I figured, why not? Especially with my hat and jacket, it kind of feels like I'm doing something here. I didn't hear that clearly. Did Sryth say he was going to back me up or beat me up? Um,
Queue up.
again. I because I know it's what he's saying. He's saying back you up. I genuinely thought,
Yeah. No, I'll back you up in that because I've never really been a fan of the GTA series.
no. Yeah, it's frustrating as well because obviously you've got Gears of War E-Day coming out. For me, Trails in the Sky Chapter 2 remake is coming out in September. There's too many games coming out to count. Obviously, Fire Emblem's coming out. Everything is Wolverine is coming out as well. And then it's either going to be before October or after January, and that weird period of time, it's like you can have other things out, 100%. Because I don't think anyone's going to be able to afford half of that in that month of September. You know, just why would you do that? I mean, it was already bad enough as it was at the beginning of the year when I was like playing through Trails Beyond the Horizon and then into Requiem and then into like more Stories 3 and then into Requiem. You know, like
Especially not now into 007, but especially not with what was it? Um, Christmas that close by as well.
100%. Um, and obviously with the Steam Deck and then the Steam Machine and Steam Frame and all this crazy Steam controller, all this crazy shenanigans coming out. It's just a very crazy, busy, hectic year for gaming. Um, but yeah, for me, like I know what I'm going to be playing. So yeah, right. Checking the time at the moment, we are on. We've just hit the hour. So thank you for joining us. Like I said, if you like the the live podcast episode and you want us to do more, because I kind of had some good feedback from Harvey there with some good questions, and obviously with thank you, Kate, for joining as well. Please let us know in any of our future videos. Let us know in the comments, um, or just reach out. I really do enjoy trying to make something interactive, and yeah, if you like the format, especially with the video playing in the background and just us kind of dissecting stuff, or if you have any ideas for anything you want to talk about in the next one, let us know. I think the next one will be our thoughts on the Games Fest, the Xbox Showcase, State of Play, and the Nintendo Direct. So if you want to see our thoughts on the games coming out, or if you want to join in the chat and have a chat with us as well, just let us know. But thank you for joining us. Have a fantastic evening. And I would say a famous line from N7 Kate, but I'm not going to use the happy gaming because I can't think of anything else to say usually. So I just say peace out. So yeah, peace out.
Bye bye.